Good evening, everybody. Eric Foster, co-founder of the Future Today and Tomorrow Super PAC. I wanted to respond to something I think is an alert to the pro-democracy camp. So we've seen the State of the State, State of the Union, I'm sorry. We've seen the State of the Union. We've seen Pam Bondi's testimony before the House Judiciary Committee. We've seen Kristi Noem's testimony before the Senate Judiciary Committee. We've seen multiple press conferences of not just Donald Trump, but as I call him, Drunk Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense. And we've seen this illegal war, which is costing not only American lives, but it's also spending money that could be spent in ways to help people, like with childcare expenses or with housing starts and support. But I'm not seeing advertising from the Democrats and from the pro democracy side. You have gold of information that you could be taking and putting into ads right now. Now, right now, there's a group called American Sovereignty, and they've taken Donald Trump's BS from the State of the Union, asking if if what is the first duty of everybody in government? If you agree with him, stand up, and using it to say that Democrats are for criminals and undocumented immigrants, while Republicans are for you. Well, guys, I'm going to make it a clear, stark contrast. When Pam Bondi was testifying before the House Judiciary Committee, and she refused to look at the survivors of rape and sexual predation from Jeffrey Epstein, and you had the MAGA members, you also now have the Clinton testimony and the batshit craziness of Lauren Boebert, Nancy Mace, and their questioning of Secretary Clinton. And you have the opportunity to demonstrate that the MAGA regime and the MAGA dictatorship party stands for MAGA pedophiles, predators, sexual sadists, and sexual abusers. And you can use footage from Pam Bondi's hearing when she refused to look at those victims, when she was asked about incidences of people who were found or looked at as potential criminal indictees, and she continued to attack the Democrats asking her about that, and Thomas Massie to talk about, why didn't you ask Merrick Garland, or the stock market is high, that's what you should be talking about, or the fact that Lex Wessler, who was not only is a big MAGA contributor, but was also an unindicted co-conspirator in Jeffrey Epstein's criminal sex ring, and not one MAGA Republican member went to interview him, but they're asking Senator Clinton about Pizzagate bullshit. Come on, people. The ads are right there. If they're going to say that you're standing with criminals because you didn't get up and show praise and worship to Donald Trump, you can say that they are the party of pedophiles, sexual sadists, and sexual abusers, and use their tactics and their behavior in committee hearings and in depositions the same way. Why are you not doing this? You can also use things that they're saying on affordability. You can also use things that they're saying about non-MAGA voters. You can use so much in advertising right now, and you're sitting on it. What are you waiting on? Who are you waiting for? Are you waiting on September to roll this information out? It needs to be coming out now because it builds into telling people that the MAGA dictatorship party is not for them. You have to tell them. You can't sit and say, oh, the American public will just see this or the American public knows. If you don't tell somebody what you want them to know, the likelihood of them knowing is minimal. You need to tell them so you remove all doubt because you're guessing and hoping that they know. Stop guessing and hoping. The other side isn't guessing and hoping in terms of trying to spend their lives and turn those lives and moments into commercials and advertising and educational content. You could take truth and turn it into educational content. And yeah, it's going to be a little edgy to say some of these truths. Yeah, it's going to be a little edgy to say that the MAGA dictatorship regime is telling Vice President Harris voters and third party presidential candidate voters, F you, we don't care about your voice. And matter of fact, we think your voting is criminal and corrupt, and we don't want you to vote. We don't want your votes to count. Yeah, that might seem edgy. Yeah, that might seem like, well, wow, do we really want to say those type of things? Do we really want to say that this other party is saying F those people? Yes, you do, because that's what they're saying. If you don't want to do it, help us do it for you. Support us at the Future Today and Tomorrow Super PAC so we can turn the information that's in front of us from Drunk Pete's press conference today about the illegal war to multiple Donald Trump interviews to JD Vance to Marco Rubio to Kristi Noem to Kash Patel to Pam Bondi. Guys, the material is there to use to show to the majority of Americans that the MAGA people don't give a fuck about their lives, their livelihood, their safety, and their freedom. And you're sitting on it. You're not using it. So support us. Help us to be able to get out there and say, because if you're not willing to, if we have resources, if we have money to cut these ads and to put out mailers and to take this information and put it into the spaces to connect with the 164,295,439 Americans who are non-MAGA, who are eligible voters, because we're not going to worry about the 77,308,502 who voted for Trump. We're not going to worry about them. We're going to worry about that 164 million because that's a bigger number than his voters. But we can take that information, we can take this and we can tie it into various storytelling methods and approaches to work through to get those voters upset with the way that they're being treated, being discounted, being talked to, and being ignored, and get them to vote for the pro democracy team. Help us be a part of saving the country by helping us do the right advertising at the right time and not leave quality material on the cutting room floor. My God, I've seen that MAGA ad attacking Democrats as if Democrats are pro criminal when I haven't seen any ad of Pam Bondi refusing to acknowledge the survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's criminal pedophilia ring and telling the Democratic members of the committee, why didn't you ask Merrick Garland why he didn't do this? Or if the women want to contact us to give us information about their rapes and assaults, they can call the hotline number. She actually said that while they were sitting right there. That's advertising gold. And if you're sitting on it, or if the consultants are telling you, well, we can't do that, fire their ass because you don't have time to waste. Or if you don't want to do it, give us money to help us do it because we will say what needs to be said. It just needs to be done clearly, truthfully, and without fail. Thank you. There'll be links to visit our website and to contribute if you think that this is of value. Eric Foster, co-founder of the Future Today and Tomorrow Super PAC. Sorry if I sound a little ranty, but we've got to take the information in front of us and use it to run educational advertising now and every day, all day. Thank you.